Hello, everybody. This is Thomas Merrick, and this has nothing to do with roller coasters. Not in the traditional sense, anyway. This is Star Trek Online. Currently, I'm playing as Captain Garen Vek of the USS Iapetus. This video is going to be kind of a little bit of a test bed, and I'm not even sure where in the world my FPS counter went. Hold on a second. Alright, it's back. It disappeared on me when I pushed the record button. Probably an option I need to adjust. But anyway, it's kind of a proof of concept. See if I can even record this without any problems. This is actually attempt 2. Had a fan going in my room for attempt 1. It sounded like I was in a wind tunnel the entire time. So it does seem to record. I've done some tweaking. I did have a couple problems, mostly some maintenance on my computer itself. See if I can keep freezes from happening. We will see. Currently I'm in the Arcanus arm. Now I'm probably going to be throwing around terms anybody who has not played Star Trek Online is not going to fully understand. Bear with me. If I decide to do this a little bit more, I will explain some of the stuff a little bit more in detail. But short, this is an exploration zone, which basically has a bunch of zones that has randomly generated content. Well, partially random, semi-random. They use something called a Genesis system to create planets and whatnot to fill out these zones. It's still kind of a well, I mean, it's working as intended and everything, but this is something that's actually been around since launch. It's something they're intending to come back around to and revamp a little bit. It does need it, but it's fun just for, well, what I like to do is just some random missions real quick. Just you can do founder missions as well, just for random stuff, but those can be hit or miss depending on the author and also the time required to do them. Anyway, I've just basically been sitting in the Arcanus arm here doing some DOF missions. Working on trying to get some of the special DOFs. Oh, here we go. This is an unknown system. Excuse me a minute. Oh, sorry about that. I had a little bit of cough. I lost my train of thought. Well, let's go pop in this system and see what's up. The USS Iapetus is technically a Rhode Island class vessel. That is based off of the Nova class vessel, which for those of you who watch Star Trek, you would see one on Star Trek Voyager in the episodes Equinox. The USS Equinox is a Nova class vessel. It's basically a smaller science ship, along the same lines of Intrepid Voyager. The USS Voyager is an Intrepid class, so it's basically a small Intrepid. This particular one is a fleet variant, so it is Tier 5, which means it's a level 50 high-end end-game ship. Originally, you would be able to pilot a Nova class vessel in the it's called Tier 2, which would be around level 11 if you're like playing the game. Level 50 is the max level currently. You level up really quick in this game, especially after the DOFs were introduced. You level up absurdly fast, which is okay. Content still remains relevant. It's actually something that Cryptic does well. Asteroid field is not near any planets. Raiders prey on traffic. I'm not really going to read these too closely here. Okay, they want us to go and scan vessels that's been raided, so we'll do that while I talk. There's something interesting that Cryptic does. I mean, people have opinions about their companies and whatnot. For better or worse, what Cryptic does with their free-to-play games, which Star Trek Online is free-to-play. I mean, it costs you nothing to play this game, and Champions Online, this one, and also the upcoming Neverwinter. What they do is like content is always free. So like when they release like missions and so forth, it's free for everybody. You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay for like zones or quest packs or whatever. All they do is they charge you for, well, like fluff, like this ship. Now the original Nova you wouldn't get charged for really, but what we got here? Ship was a victim of foul play. Let's gather more data. But I bought the Rhode Island itself. It has like a special. Well, it has a what's it called? Photonic displacement. So what that does is basically makes a copy of my ship that will run around and do its own thing. And the enemies will start targeting that, where I'm kind of in a low power mode where I'm harder to see and target. Of course, when I'm in this mode, I can't really do anything myself. I thought that was a really cool module, so it was worth grabbing. That's basically what it is. A lot of times, like the special ships are basically you've got your main ships like the Nova class. There's actually like 3 variants. You can kind of customize the way the ships look, and then they'll sell. In this case, was a Rhode Island class. That has a special console. And that console you can actually move into other ships. And that's what you end up paying for in Star Trek Online. The heck's it pointing at? Probably an anomaly. I don't feel like going and grab anomalies. I can actually speed this up quite a bit. This is actually a very quick mission if I would actually use the full throttle. But let's get a chance here to talk a little bit. I'm kind of testing sound as well. I've got music actually very low. I normally don't even play with music on, but I actually noticed that earlier. Like, why don't I have the music on? It's probably because I was listening to something else while playing, and I just forgot to turn it back on. Pretty cool music though. It's not quite the Star Trek that you're used to, and it does get old after a while. I mean, you've played as a while. With any game, eventually you hear it. You've heard it before, and you get tired of it. But this particular music, I don't know that I've ever heard before. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit, 'cause I can barely hear it. A little bit more epic music than what I'm actually doing. Very little combat. I was actually hoping for a little bit of combat in this mission, but again, I'm kind of trying to test sound now that I got my fan off. One earlier, I was actually on a ground mission, fighting and doing some scanning, and some random aliens decided they wanted to stop me. They did not succeed. Scanning for anti-protons. Kind of a cool looking asteroid way out back here. Yeah, well, I don't know. Like I said, I've not really uploaded anything here recently. I did a couple Roller Coaster Tycoons not too long ago. Getting a little bit of a slowdown here. What's this all about? Let me go into all stop here. That is strange. Just kind of all of a sudden we get a little bit of a slowdown. It's not. Well, it's unplayable, but it's not locking up the way it was earlier. I wonder what's causing that. Might be Fraps itself. Who knows? Probably no. This is like all disjointed. You can barely hear me now. Come on. Wake up. I don't have my FPS counter either. That's kind of annoying. Oh, we're doing scanning. Let's just go ahead and pick up the pace. Wow, this is DOF stuff up here. Completed assignments. I might go over that a little bit more in detail. It's a really cool system. It's kind of offline stuff, sort of. It's basically you send your DOFs are basically the crew of your ship. You can send them out to go do various things, and when they're done, they'll they either succeed or they don't succeed or whatever. Normally they succeed, and you get various rewards, experience, and whatnot. And that's actually a really good way to level up. You can level up without ever really doing anything once you unlock the DOF system. I think the DOF system didn't unlock until like level 11? Might be 8. Actually, I could look that up. Why is my frame rate so low all of a sudden? I don't have anything else on. My ship's going kind of wonky here. That's probably Fraps. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, it was Fraps. I don't know what it was doing. But I might be running out of hard drive space. Probably should check that too. There, it's evened out a little bit. As soon as I say that, my ship starts going wonky again. Alright, mission successful. No combat this time, but let me go check something right quick. I'll do one more, see if we can't get some combat. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording while I go find a mission, because I also need to check my hard drive space. Be right back. Alright, I'm back, and sure enough, I was out of hard drive space. That's what was causing the lag. Quick note, if you ever decide to do this, is the raw files from Fraps are really, really big, and after you've done using them, it's a good idea to get rid of them. Still have the Roller Coaster Tycoon files on my computer. I don't need these. Once you condense them, they're manageable size. Well, this sounds like the mission I did in my little test bed earlier, so I guess we'll still get to do this. I was noticing a little bit of jitter. I did kind of take a look and see what I'd recorded this for. I'm not sure what was causing that. It may have just been because, well, I was running out of hard drive space and Fraps might have been struggling a little bit. Hopefully that will be corrected. We'll find out. Of course, right now it's doing this little jitter again. What in the world? It's got plenty of room. It's actually kind of worrying. I'm not even sure why it's jittering like that. It should be flying straight and level. All I'm doing is just rotating the camera around it. Lucky 7th. That's the 7th fleet. It's the fleet I belong to in Star Trek Online. Might show you the starbase later. Another time. Again, like I said, we're just trying to do some tests, see how loud combat is. If it'll even run, my goodness. See, my initial test bed with the wind tunnel, I wasn't really having this problem. Well, not this particular problem though. I had a different problem, which I'm not having that problem, which is actually worse than this particular one. But jitter. I think I need a new con officer. Let's fast forward here a little bit. I'll be able to introduce you to some of my crew, I guess, when we get down to the planet. I located the impact zone. Okay, good. Accept and go. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool things at Star Trek Online. It's a lot better than it was at launch, honestly. And they're coming out with a new expansion here that's going to add even more improvements. They're releasing the Romulan faction, I think later this month, the month of May. I'm recording in May. 14th of May, to be exact. 2013. We have now timestamped this video. 4:54 p.m. in the Eastern Standard Time. Actually, surprised there isn't a whole heck of a lot more noise in the house right now. I normally have to record in the middle of the night. which is part of the reason I don't record as much as I want to. I'm not up in the middle of the night. Patching. Patch on demand. Well, this is boring. I probably should cut out these loading screens the way I do on the Roller Coaster Tycoon. Which I know people are wondering, why are you doing this? Do the Roller Coaster Tycoon. So I probably will. I will. Well, I know I will do some more, but for right now, this is one of the procedurally made planets. It's kind of either icy or stony. Kind of cool looking trees. They got these little crystals on them. Nothing like the planet I was on earlier. I want to check out this tree. Interesting root structure. Those little globules on the side of it. Anyway, these are my dudes, or some of them, and all of them. Let me get them to sit still for a second. I can show you. And this is me, Garenvik Bajoran. He is the Capitan. I won't go too in depth on what the backstory. I got some backstory on some of these. Some of them I have a little bit more well defined than others. This is my Chief of Security, Maril. He's a Cation. This is my first officer, Jaril. He's a Trill. I think story-wise I have him as a joined Trill, but I think game-wise, actually mechanic-wise, he's not. He's kind of a, at least in my mind, kind of a combination Riker-Kirk type guy. Glump. He's actually a civilian. Ferengi, obviously. He handles the trade on the Iapetus and quartermastering type stuff. He's science, technically, as far as class goes. The only reason I'm keeping him around is because I need a science class in my party, and the other two science characters I have, I'm getting rid of for story reasons. Anyway, and this is my chief engineer, Alozi. She's Beta Z, I believe. Anyway, let's get going here. Find some dudes to shoot. Oh, and follow me. That would have been bad if I'd left them behind. It looks like a Horta. Sort of. Alright, yeah. People are coming to kill us. Alright, good. Yeah, this is the exact same mission I did. A different planet, but exact same mission. I wonder if the enemies will be different. Not getting that slowdown. No, you know, knock on aluminum. Here we go. They're random aliens, but they're different ones. Let's see what their trick is. Get the weapons out. I've got a phaser pulse rifle. It's basically a shotgun. Energy shotgun. A phaser shotgun. Hello. Yeah, I probably should not have done that. That was silly. Feel free to help me out there. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why that button doesn't work sometimes. The thing is, this weapon is the closer you are, the more damage it does. See, this is loot here. Hypos. I'll take some hypos. I always run out of those. Matter of fact, I need to get that set up on my toolbar. I don't have my hypos on my toolbar. Or any of my other stuffs. Yeah, like I said, this stories get pretty generic when you get in these exploration zones. I'm not really all that interested in it. I know more or less what we're doing. Most of the powers, you get powers defined on a class. Garen is a tactical, so he gets some of these tactical powers like this security escort and target optics and so forth. You also get kit powers. So something they're going to be doing is actually revamping that, which I'm really looking forward to. Because what you run into, like with this pack here, is I get these smoke grenades, and I don't ever use them because I'm not really equipped to use them properly. Get off of me! I really need to get a medic. I don't think Glump has very good medical skills. But anyway, what they're going to revamp it is they're either getting rid of the kits altogether, or they're going to basically make the kits empty. I'll show you my kit here in just a second, so I can better explain it while I'm not getting pummeled by energy blasts. Anyway, this is my kit here, and it's got these 4 powers in it. And for example, in this case, I never use smoke grenade, but what they're going to be doing is making kits, and they're going to be empty. Basically, quote unquote, able to slot these powers individually. Basically, customize your loadout. I can get rid of the smoke grenade and put in. I don't even know what to put in, but like suppressing fire or something like that, or lunge or sweeping strikes. Pretty much at this point, anything would be more useful than that smoke grenade. These do have visuals on them. I normally turn visuals off on all this stuff. I can show you that right quick. So, I mean, his kit would normally look like that. And then he's got armor too he can put on, which the kit's kind of hiding. That's what its armor would look like. But I like him looking like a Starfleet officer. Yeah, of course, this uniform's one of the basic set uniform. I think it's Sierra or something like that. Sierra 4. Wasting enough time. Let's get going here. But something I was thinking about, I've been playing a lot of Star Trek Online recently, so it's kind of why I was thinking, let's go ahead and just record a little bit of it. But I'm actually thinking of maybe doing some Foundry missions, just to kind of give my own personal little story with Garen, and maybe do a little bit of reviews of some of the Foundry missions. And what a Foundry mission is a user-generated mission, basically. Along the lines of, I don't need that anyway. Well, City Heroes did it. They had a. I don't want that. I think they called it the Mission Architect in that. Neverwinter has it. It's called the Foundry, but it's basically missions other players make, and is actually part of the system. These are some spotlight ones. Those are ones that Cryptic is, basically pointing out as some of the better ones, and they are pretty good. I mean, you might think, oh, well, Cryptic missions are always better, and Cryptic can do things you can't do. Like they can set up cutscenes, and they have access to art assets that. Basically, if they want an art asset, they make it. You can't really do that in the Foundry. But, the stuff that you do have, people have been really creative on some of these things. And then here, the browse all these is kind of all of them. And there are bad ones, there are good ones, but they're unique. The thing with the normal missions, they're fun. And I might do a few of them if you guys want to see them. I don't know. I don't want to do that right now. But I'm going to push that button here. These are the standard missions that pretty much everybody goes through them. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's when you're trying to do a kind of a story or captain's log or something like that. These missions don't really fit in very well because captain's log. Um, looking for one. Well, okay, well, stranded in space. That's one of the first missions you do. I rescue the USS Aurora or the SS Aurora and blah 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 blah. Well, everybody has rescued the SS Aurora, so it's not really unique. So hopefully, I might do some of these other over here. Here's someone petting that tribble. Let's get going here. I think Fraps is being irritating. One moment, be right back. Yeah, Fraps is being weird. Music's still playing. See, what was happening was I would get like a sound stutter and whatnot. I'm losing frames. It's annoying. I guess I'm doing a little bit of just testing to see what is working and what isn't working. I need to figure that one out. What are these powers anyway? Overwatch, that's a good one. That's a cool trick. This commander is in my face again. Let's throw a grenade at our feet. That'll work. Yeah, no, there's no team damage. It's unrealistic, but who cares? I don't. Throw that grenade. I'm not sure on the plasma grenades. I don't think the plasma grenades can do team damage. I'm not positive. What a plasma grenade does, it does the initial blast, but then it has this burning field afterwards. I don't know. Everybody uses them, and therefore I don't. It's just the way I roll. I reject the flavor of the month. Is that really one of the... You can sort of do these missions and set it up to like this particular mission anyway. You can probably do stealthily. Try to skirt around the enemies and go find these things themselves. Something else you should do, and I really probably should do this more, and I just don't. Is my crew? I mean, they'll use their... Why does he have a flashlight out? Anyway, my crew will basically use their powers and their stuff. You've probably seen they've been setting down their turret, shield things and so forth, but they don't do it efficiently. Now, one thing is, like, if some other players were with me here, part of the multiplayer is they would take over one of my bridge officers. Well, they wouldn't take over a bridge officer. They would beam down instead of my bridge officer. Which is kind of cool, and in that sense, well, they're being more effective with their skills, and I'm convinced that boffs have some kind of damage reduction because they don't do anywhere near as much damage as I think they should. But now something else you can do is you can pause the zone, and then I could tell Glump to go over here, or I could tell Maril to use his Overwatch, which I don't think he has Overwatch up. Oh, there it is. Yeah, use Overwatch. Now when I unpause the zone, I've only got so much time to do all this. Glump will go over there, and he should use his Overwatch. Yeah, and you can be kind of tactical that way. Now you can only pause the zone for so long, and that's mainly because in multiplayer you wouldn't want somebody pausing the zone and just leaving it paused forever. So you kind of got to know what you're doing. I'll tell Loza to go down that way. Well, okay, fine. Make her go over there. I don't ever really use that system at all. I generally let them take care of themselves, And it's not an efficient way to do it. There's probably better ways to do it, and probably people are better than I am at it. But you can set up ambushes and so forth, or set somebody up back here to draw fire, draw people away, so like I could go get this if I wanted to. There's also actually a first-person shooter mode. I don't play in this very much because I like having the mouse to click on my abilities. I just don't. I don't. I just don't play very well. But in this mode, I can actually just push my left mouse button and fire, or my right mouse to do my special attack. And I think it's my middle mouse to do the melee. Okay, maybe not. 3 will do it. Yeah. I just like this mode a little bit better. Where'd my mouse go? Oh, there it is. Let's finish out this mission. Get this all took care of. Oop, I didn't want to continue exploring. Yeah, I mean, you can go around and get like these minerals and whatnot. Most missions have them scattered about. I used to do them because I was interested in the crafting, but the crafting is kind of not good. It's one thing about Star Trek Online I wish was a lot better. And it's one of those things they say they're going to revamp eventually, but who knows when eventually is. Kit revamp's going to come before that does. Anyway, that's I'll go to my starship bridge. Show the bridge. But anyway, that's Star Trek Online. Again, we're just doing a little bit of testing here, see sound levels, see if it records right. Get frustrated over some of the freezes that baffle me. I don't have any idea why it's doing that. Might be a resolution thing. I know with Roller Coaster Tycoon, I have to. I actually play in a lower resolution just for better FPS. I know some people say, "Hey, you can play put it in a better resolution and whatnot." Well, I play it in that resolution for a reason. Just for better, basically video quality. I mean, I know it's not the resolution isn't the highest quality as you'd want, but the FPS is a lot better. So we might play with that, and this is the wrong bridge. Must have set that up wrong. Well, I'll go back. I just recently bought this ship, so some stuff is not optimized yet. 0, she used to be my science officer. I think I'm having her retire or something. Doles, he's a newly acquired guy. I think I'm going to make him my ops officer. Who's this? Oh, Tulsa. She's actually the first buff I've ever had. She's one of the ones you get in the tutorial. So story-wise, the reason she's even in that uniform is she's a commandant, or she's a academy instructor, and actually in command of an academy ship. And that's so she's moved on from my crew basically. There's a Losey and Glump. I don't see my other guys. They aren't all up on here though. They're not really down in the bowels of my ship either. That's something I wish they would do. Either that or let me actually set up, who's sitting where. I'll sit here, or try to. Sitting fail. There we go. Alright, we're ready in my ready room. Ready for whatever. If you want to see me do some stuff, like I said, it's not going to be like this. What I'm probably going to do is actually more of a captain's log type entry, and then go and do the like a foundry mission or whatnot, and then maybe do a little bit of a recap here in the ready room, and tell you, say what the missions are like. I might do one regardless of what you guys say, because this was just more of a test mission anyway, so you're not really getting a good sense of what I'm thinking about doing. But if you want to see more Star Trek Online, just let me know. I know several of you want to see more Roller Coaster Tycoon, and again, we'll do some more Roller Coaster Tycoon. Just pacing myself. I did a whole bunch of them there at the start, but I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm doing. I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over again. I mean, the scenarios are a little bit different, but they all kind of play out the same. But that's that game. That's this game. So I guess we'll go ahead and sign off. May the profits be with you, and we'll see you next time.